Today, we will learn the concept of demand, the demand curve, and the shifts in the demand curve. Demand is defined as the amount of good that buyers are eager and capable to buy. Meanwhile, demand law states that, when other things are considered constant, the demand of a good decreases if the price of that good increases, and vice versa. Whereas a demand curve is, a graph represents a combination, showing the relation between the price of good and the quantity demanded. And as a consequence of the demand law, the demand curve has a negative slope. Let's take a simple example. There are two individuals in the market, Tom and Jerry. Each of them has a demand for burger. Picture 1 and Picture 2 show the number of burger Tom and Jerry want to buy, with a given price. Let's take a look at Tom's demand for burger at Picture 1. At point K, when the price of a burger is 500, Tom wants to buy 0 burger. At point L, when the price of a burger is 300, he wants to buy 2 burgers. At point M, Tom wants 4 burgers, as the price of a burger downs to 100. And when the price is 0, Tom will take 5 burgers. Next, we look at Jerry's demand for burger, as shown at Picture 2. At point P, Jerry demands 0 burger, since a burger is worth 500. At point Q, he wants to buy 1 burger, when the price is 300. At point R, he is eager to buy 2 burgers, as the price of 1 burger is 100. And at point S, Jerry wants 2.5 burgers, when the price is 0. As we know that, Picture 1 and Picture 2 represent individual demand, while market demand is the sum of individual demands. In this case, market demand for burger consists of Tom's demand and Jerry's demand. Thus, as we look at Picture 3, the market demand for burger is the demand of Tom plus the demand of Jerry. Furthermore, the shift in the demand curve can be caused by certain factors that intervene the initial curve. These factors are: first, the decline in the demanded good will move the curve to the left. Additionally, the rise in the demanded good will shift the curve to the right. Now, as shown at Picture 4, the decrease in the demanded good will move the initial curve to the left, from D1 to D2. On the other hand, the rise in the demanded good will move the initial curve to the right, from D1 to D3. Moreover, there are some elements that potentially move the demand curve. The price of the product. Income. The price of similar product. Taste. Expectation. And the quantity of the buyers. Let's see about the price of the product. Generally, when the price of a product increases, the demand for that product tends to decrease, and vice versa. And income can be referred to, a gain or recurrent benefit, usually measured in monetary unit, used for consumption or asset capitalization. When income increases, consumption tends to increase, and vice versa. However, it only applies for normal good, not inferior good. So, normal good can be defined as a good for which, when other things are considered constant, a rise in income leads to an increase in demand. While inferior good can be described as a good for which, when other things are considered constant, an increase in income leads to a decline in demand. Next, the price of similar product. Let's take an example. Say, beef is good A, pork is good B, and hot sauce is good C. We can say that beef and pork are similar products. So, when the price of beef rises, and the price of pork doesn't change, some consumers may revise their preference from beef to pork. From this case, we can define two kinds of good, based on the characteristic. First, substitute good. It can be defined as a good that, when the price of good A increases, tends to rise the demand for good B. Thus, B is a substitute good for A. Second, complementary good. It refers to a good that, when the price of good A rises, tends to increase the demand for good C. Hence, C is a complementary good for A. Likewise, taste reflects how individual perceives a demanded product. A high taste on a specific product tends to increase the demand for that product. Moreover, expectation shows how individual thinks about the future. Expectation may affect individual demand for a specific product, in the current time. When a person thinks that he would receive a raise on his salary next month, it may drive him to buy more products, today. Lastly, the quantity of buyers. It means, the more buyers are eager for a specific product, the more likely it will increase the product's price. We have studied so far the concept of demand and demand curve. Additionally, we've learned some factors that can move the demand curve.